everybody there. How you doing? Bobby Dirkens here. Thanks so much for joining me for the halftime report. Right now, Clemson LSU is playing. Clemson is losing 28-17. Now, let's go ahead and state the obvious. Clemson was up 17-7. LSU went up 28-17. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you it annoys me. I know it annoys you if you're a Clemson fan. Now, if you are a non-Clemson fan, you're very, very happy. You're very, very happy, especially if you're an SEC fan, because remember, SEC fans don't think with their brain. They think with their anus, because they believe that just because the SEC wins it, their school wins it. So, actually, I hate to break this to you. If LSU wins tonight, let me name out some of the teams who does not win it. Even though you're in the same conference, you don't win it. Alabama doesn't win it. South Carolina definitely doesn't win it. Vanderbilt, that's a joke if you think you won it. Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Kentucky. We know you got that Lynn Bowden guy who runs around and raises a bunch of cane. We saw him in that Belk Bowl where he's running around punching people and everything. If Kentucky had any class, they'd thrown him off the team. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. You took some moron and won with him. Georgia definitely didn't win it. Georgia is very good at losing stuff. Tennessee lost it. Florida lost it. Auburn lost it. Basically, anybody who is not Louisiana State lost it. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. Florida definitely didn't win it. So let's talk about this game. Let's talk about the first half. First of all, Brent Venables changed everything that he did. Normally, he goes 4 down linemen. Now, I know right now that Clemson is losing. You're going, yeah, I got you. And I go, who do you pull for again? Well, I don't pull for LSU, but I pull for the SEC. Which means that if you're not an LSU fan, it means you are losing also. I know some of you don't like to admit that to yourself. You're sitting there going, no, we're all in the family together. So you're telling me if Kentucky wins, LSU also wins? No. You've got, I can't even say. I try to do what's right and not say bad words and stuff, especially because kids are watching this. But if you do not pull for LSU tonight, you lose. So you're as good as a Clemson fan. Tonight, at this point, Burrow should have 9 touchdowns, 7,324 yards, and 1,000 yards rushing, and we lose the game. Though Clemson has not cashed in on the offensive side, and they've kept their defensive team out there more. We're still very much in the ball game. So I'm not worried about this. I hope we win. If we don't, you remember we're the only 2 teams left out of how many? 130 something teams. So whoever you pull for, unless it's Clemson or LSU, you still didn't make it. So go ahead and calm down. I want to go ahead and say this. I want to say this. It's very important to me. We have some of my good friends, Pigskin Pete. Pigskin Pete is a good friend of mine. He's down in Charleston, South Carolina, in that area. I'm in the upstate of South Carolina, and I'll tell you this. If you've ever been to South Carolina, you've been to the upstate of South Carolina, maybe you've been to Hilton Head, Charleston, maybe Myrtle Beach. Certain areas of Myrtle Beach is bad. Certain areas of Myrtle Beach is great. But if you've been anywhere else other than that, you could very well say the state of South Carolina sucks. Though I love my state, I'm glad I'm very proud of where I'm from. Between you and I get it, right? I get it. Normally I come on here, I'm doing my Bobby Dirkens voice, but between me and you, I'm losing my voice. So I'm just doing my regular voice, so if you hate it, I really don't care. I've been on here 3 years. Even when I do a good job, people hate it. When I do a bad job, people hate it, people love it, all this bunch of stuff. I'm tired of reading minds. If I could read minds, I would be in Vegas making tons of money, and probably ending marriages, guessing what people think, and so on. So everybody, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate everybody in here. So let's talk about this game so far. Of course, LSU is winning 28-17. Up to this point, up to very, very recently, Clemson has did a great job. They changed their entire format when it comes to defense. Clemson normally runs a 4-man front. They changed it to a 3-man front, 1 linebacker, and the rest of them's DBs. The only complaint that I have is not with the defense, it's actually with the offense. We need to score. We really need to score. But when it comes to the defense, when you look at this team, when you look at the score at this point, when you look at all the teams that LSU has beat the crap out of, the point is normally they have a much larger lead. Much larger lead. But they don't. I have a lot of people who's on here in the past 2 weeks who said that LSU would beat Clemson by 50. You're wrong. You're wrong. They're not going to lay down at halftime. I hate to tell you, anybody who is an LSU fan, first of all, if you're an LSU fan, you're a true LSU fan, congratulations to you. Your team looks good. You finally got an offense. At the end of the day, LSU has not had an offense. Even when they, think about this, even when they had Ole Beckham Jr. and Landry, you still didn't have an offense. Yeah, I know. And Mecklenburg was a good quarterback. So that tells you what coaching changing would do for you. So I have a lot of respect for them. There's a lot of you who's come on here, you're LSU fans, you tell me, we're going to beat you by 60. That's not working out for you. Maybe you've drank too much. I don't know what drug is popular down there. Maybe meth, maybe snorting dookie, maybe eating dookie. I don't know what it is. I've never been down there. I've heard good things. I've heard absolutely horrible things about New Orleans. So I've heard both good and absolutely horrible. Not bad. Bad would be an upgrade. Horrible things about New Orleans. But tonight, Clemson is not producing offensively. And one of the number one things that I teach my boys when it comes to football is this thing. Whether you like me, whether you hate me, whether you think my Bobby Dirkens thing, I met somebody today who saw me in a restaurant and said, hey, you're that crazy guy on YouTube. And I shook their hand, talked to them for a bit. They were great. The truth is that when you go out and play a ball game, you have to score, you have to make your stops. Clemson's defense has made their stops, and they have had some good scores. LSU, in the very end, has taken advantage of some opportunities that Clemson's defense, they're very talented, has given them. And Clemson's offense has not taken advantage of some of the opportunities, okay? So, I mean, that's very easy to really break down. I mean, you don't have to be a genius to break this stuff down. I mean, it is what it is. Trevor Lawrence looks good. There's a couple of balls that he probably wished he had back, but at the end of the day, Clemson still looks good. One of the things that I would look at and say that halftime adjustments needs to be made, first of all, is don't overthink Burrow. Burrow is not Tom Brady. I know everybody is losing their mind saying, well, Burrow is this and he's that and that, blah, blah. Listen to me. If you're on here, I'm glad that you're on here. There's 188 people in here. There's only 23 thumbs up. Go ahead and hit a bunch of thumbs up for me. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notifications. I'm serious. I'm losing my voice. That's why I'm not doing that. Man, how are you doing? I couldn't talk for like 3 minutes after I did that. But I respect LSU. I've already said that LSU is very talented. But there's one thing that I say, I believe in Clemson's coaching staff. I've said that 1,000 times. You say, well, Bobby Dirkens, what does coaching staff have to do with anything? Coaching staff has everything to do with anything. They have everything to do with it. So we're down by 11 points at halftime. Do I think that LSU is in control of this game? Yeah. I don't have piss from brains. But what I do step back and say, and I say this 100%, is that we have the ability to come in, stop what is going on, come in and score and win the ball game. Now, if LSU comes in and scores right off the bat, does that mean the game is over? No. But does that mean they have definite control of the game? Of course. Of course. I'm not taking that away from them. But I have, for weeks now, I have tons of LSU fans who's not coming on here saying, hey, Bobby, I believe in our team. I believe in what we're going to do. I believe in our offense. I believe in Brady calling the plays. I believe in Burrow and his experience. I believe in Ed Orgeron and his passion for the program. No, I've had stupidity going, we're just going to beat you by 60. What? Well, that's obviously not happened. So you're obviously not a real college football fan. You're somebody who probably pulls for LSU when they're good. And when LSU is bad, guess what you do? You probably get on here and go, it's time to fire whoever's the coach, insert name here. Time to bring in God as the coach. I am just telling you, it is, if you do what I do, it's not kind of ridiculous, it's very ridiculous. So let's talk about what happens. Okay, I'm going to take, of course I'm pulling for these guys, but let's talk about what LSU needs to do to finish the ball game. All right? First of all, you need to come out and continue to score. That's obvious. I know you're like, duh. Are you pissing yourself and drawing circles? No, I'm not. I am saying that if you are, and by the way, there's 202 people in here, 75 thumbs up. Guys, hit the thumbs up. It's not going to cost you a dime. It'd be different if I was asking you $10 to hit the thumbs up. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up. You'll be good. If I'm LSU, I'm going to pour it on and finish off Clemson. I'm going to take off their momentum. I'm going to rush Trevor. I'm going to try to take away all momentum they could possibly get. Because, though, the SEC does not respect Clemson. If Clemson won this game tonight, everybody's acting like the SEC would respect Clemson. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, though LSU is very good, LSU still does not compare to the absolute dominance of Alabama over the past 10 years. I know you don't want to hear that. I know you're pissed off to hear that, but it's the truth. You would win one national championship versus all the national championships that Alabama's won. Right? Yeah. I don't care if you even admit it or not. Okay? So, with that said, if Clemson takes Alabama out of, throws them out of their mindset, they come into the second half, Clemson somehow ties up the game. What does Clemson need to do to win this game? Well, first of all, it's not defensive efficiency that they need. I know that defense just gave a couple of touchdowns. The problem is really that the offense has been on the field and they have not produced what they need to produce. Okay? Clemson's problem right now is not the defense. Clemson's problem right now is the offense. Clemson needs to come out, stop them. The offense needs to turn around and score a touchdown. That's first and foremost. I know you're like, well, I know that. I know that, you idiot. Do you really? The truth is, as simple as it is, it's truly that simple. Clemson's defense needs to make a stop. Clemson needs to come out, score a touchdown. Instead of precedence, we're not going down. LSU, on the other hand, LSU has never been here. Well, Bobby, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Tonight does not matter. Part of that is true. Part of that is wrong. Because what happened, just like with Clemson, if things start going wrong for LSU, did they know how to correct it? How many championships in college football playoffs has LSU's been in? None until tonight. And the last time they played in the national championship was 2011, where they got blown out by LSU, or not LSU, Alabama, I'm sorry, losing my mind, 21-0. One of the most boring title games I've ever seen in my entire life. So I appreciate everybody joining me. There's 186 of you in here. It's 93 thumbs up going in, thumbs up. The game is starting off. You know, I'm very, very proud of our Tigers. If Clemson loses tonight, they still had a great run. I'm just hoping they continue to win. Thank you so much. Everybody's giving me the super chats. I'm trying to go back through here and find you. I do believe that Michael Fornbacher from Las Vegas has obviously, he's always great to offer a ton. Let me see. Tawadi, the linguist, made their cousins $2 you gave me tonight. I appreciate everything that you've offered to me. Tawadi, the linguist, I've never seen you on here, but I'm very thankful that you're on here. Thank you so much for offering this to me. Somebody, I believe it was Michael Fornbacher. I could be wrong. Let me see. Maybe I missed it. But anyway, anybody who could donate it to nobody whatsoever. But I do appreciate it. This channel is very much appreciated. I know normally I'm going, man, how you doing? But right now, I'm serious. I'm losing my flipping voice. But I appreciate everybody on here. Y'all take care of yourself. I'm Bobby Dirkens. I'll show up in the pregame whether we win or lose. I beg to God we win. But either way, what a great game. Only 2 teams out of this entire team. All these teams, great teams. People who have a lot of history, a lot of history. And 2 teams, Clemson, LSU, even though they're both called the Tigers. Isn't it incredible that they're both in this? Enjoy it tonight. You're not promised anything. Remember, the Nebraska Cornhuskers was in the, they won 10 games straight for probably 40 years. Maybe had a 9-win season here and there, but that was the worst of their seasons. Though it's very easy to take for granted for what's happening tonight, whether you're an LSU fan or whether you're a Clemson fan, remember, it's not guaranteed. I remember it because I pulled for Clemson for many years, and even though we've had a lot of success, I remember all the many bad years that we've had. 127 people's in here, 95 thumbs up. Go ahead and get me to 100 thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Either way, whether it's Clemson, whether it's LSU, I beg to God it's Clemson. I'm very, very thankful to be able to watch my team play it. I'm Bobby Dirkens. You keep showing up, Lord knows.